welcome back to my channel. I'm a famous hater and this is the home of love, peace and joy. If that's your kind of thing, definitely hit that subscribe button and don't forget to press the bell notification icon so that you'll never miss my future uploads. But if you are a returning subscriber, hey sis, hey, thank you so much for tuning in. You are very much appreciated. On today's video, I'm dishing out the tea on why your hair is not growing past your shoulder's length, and obviously how to prolong your hair's growth stage to make sure that you grow those inches. Number one, you need to understand that your hair grows in 3 stages. There's anagen stage, there's catagen stage, and there's telogen stage. Anagen phase is the hair growth phase. Your hair emerges from your hair follicles and begins to grow, and it grows about 2 to 7 years. The longer the anagen phase is, the longer your hair will grow. Unfortunately, we don't get to decide our anagen stage. Some have 2 years to grow their hair as long as they can, and others have 7 years, up to 7 years to grow their hair as long as it can be. So that is when I can humble myself and say that is probably something that we are born with. That's genetics. So we cannot control that because it's in our DNA. But because I know you guys love this genetic stuff, my hair is not growing. Some people's hair grows because it's their genetics, and my hair is not growing because of my genetics. There's nothing we can do about that. No, hold on. That is 10% true. 90% of the truth is everybody's hair grows, as you can see. Some grows up to 2 years and then shed, and then some grow up to 7 years and then they shed. But all of us, our hair grows. Here's the thing. I have grown myself tailbone length. My hair is very long. It's up to there on my bum because I have learned to prolong the phase in which my hair grows. If my hair grows 2 years and then some strands start shedding, as I believe it is like that. I believe it is like that because every time I comb my hair, some hairs will fall out. So I believe that my hair growth stage is like that. Maybe it's last 2 years. So if your hair growth stage, I believe it's like mine, is last 2 years, it means that you can also grow your hair up to your bum if you want to. If you know how to prolong your hair to at least reach your bum length before your 2 years of shedding comes. An average person's hair grows half an inch per month. Some people grow 1 inch, some grow 1.5, some 2, and so forth per month. So if you get half an inch per month and there are 12 months in a year, that should get you about 6 inches a year. That should get you about 6 inches a year. If this is a year and this is your 6 inches, your 6 inches are here, you are already past your shoulder length. You see, here's your shoulder and here's your hair. You are here on your armpits, right? And in 2 years, you should be somewhere here on your breast length. If you are taking proper care of your hair, and if your hair grows half an inch a month, you should have this long hair in 2 years. Which I know for a fact that that's not the case for many of you guys in here. Meaning that our hair grows way faster than that, but we don't take proper care of our hair. And that is obviously why our hair is not growing long. It's not because of the genetics, not because our hair grows 2 years and other people's grows 7 years. It's not about other people's hair grows 2 inches per month and ours grow half an inch per month. It's not about that. The fact is we are not doing a good job when it comes to taking our hair, and we like shifting the blame but that's got to stop. The second hair growth phase is catagen, and this is where your hair detaches from the hair's pillar muscle and falls off. That process lasts about 10 days. And these are the hairs that we always see when we are detangling our hairs, the hairs that we shed each and every day. Remember that an average normal person sheds up to 100 hair strands per day, and those are the hairs that fall out during our detangling process. The last hair growth stage is telogen, and it lasts about 2 to 3 months. Between those 2 to 3 months, half of those days your hair is resting, is taking a break, and another half of those days the new hair strand from that hair follicle emerges and it pushes out that hair that is falling out. Then a new hair growth stage is beginning for that hair strand. Our hairs don't grow the same time. That is why when you see the other hairs falling off your hair in those combs, in those brushes that you use, but your head will still be full of hair. Why is that? Because God loves us so much. Imagine if we were in the catagen and the telogen stage, and then we'll go bald for a while, for 2 to 3 months, would be bald. But God designed these stages in such a way that they blend with each other for our own good. When 20% of our hair strength is shedding, the remaining 80% is in anagen stage, which is the hair growth stage. And this is the stage that I want to be talking about today, since now we know that actually it's not the genetics that's the problem. The problem is us, okay? Just let's do the right thing, and if the right thing does not work, then we can shift the blame. We can blame the genetics, we can blame the government, we can blame whoever we want to blame. And I'm gonna give you guys 2 or 3 tips to prolong your anagen phase. And number 1, I wanna emphasize on stop using heat on your hair, because heat gonna damage your hair strands, gonna damage your hair follicles. I've said a lot about heat already, but stop using heat and see if you will not retain some length. If you stop using heat today and you don't retain some length, then you can blame it on your genetics. But I'm telling you, your genetics are not the problem is you. Instead of using heat, just use a threading method to dry out your hair, or just after washing your hair, moisturize it and put it in braid or in twist, and then after it's dry you can take it out and then comb it out, style it as you desire. Number 2, stop cutting your hair, cutting the ends of your hair. Guys, why are you cutting your hairs? Because many people are cutting their hairs and they don't even know why they are cutting their hairs. They are just cutting because they heard somebody say cut, and then they are cutting and cutting and cutting. How are you going to retain this length if you constantly cutting your hair? You should cut your hair if there's a problem, and the problem may be that your ends are too dry. But just because your ends are too dry, it doesn't necessarily mean that you should cut your hair. Try to moisturize your ends consistently, because your ends will be dry because they are the oldest parts of your hair. Obviously they'll get dry faster than the rest of your hair. That does not mean that you need to cut your hair. Just moisturize your ends and your entire hair actually. But if you see some split ends, definitely go and cut those out. Cut. If you see split ends, cut. Then you need to cut your hair, because you see split end, you see a problem, eliminate the problem, cut those hair. And if your hair is uneven, it doesn't mean that you should cut your hair. From this info, you know right now that your hair does not grow the same way. So obviously as my hair, if you watch my other videos, you'll see when I do my length checks that my hair most of the time is uneven, and sometimes it gets even, but it's very rare that I'll take the measurements and I'll measure my hair and then I find that my hair is even. So just because your hair is even, it doesn't mean that it needs to cut. Just let your hair. If there's no problem, if you see that your hair is uneven, just let it be. Hair does its own things, its own way. Just let it be. Number 3 is poor moisturizing. If your hair is low porosity like mine, girl, just use that LCO method, okay? Just do what is right for your low porosity hair. And if your hair is high porosity, just do what a high porosity should do. If you don't know anything about that porosity, do the hair test. If you don't know how to do the hair test, just comment this down below, then I'll make a video and I'll come back and explain everything hair porosity to you guys, okay? Number 4 is protective styles. I should emphasize on this one, and this time I'm gonna say it like that. To see if that style was a protective style, it did protect your hair, please go ahead, after you have taken it out, go ahead and measure your hair. Actually, measure your hair before you throw this protective style in, and then after taking it out, measure your hair again to see if it did help you retain length. If it did help you retain length, it means that it did help you to protect your hair. Therefore, you can call it a protective style. But if it did not, then don't do it again because it's not a protective style. Number 5, guys, this is very important. Don't take everything that your favorite natural hair YouTubers is saying or doing. Take what's important and what works for you, because even if it's me, I don't have your hair. My hair is my hair. Your hair is your hair, and I don't know your hair. But if I did something and it works for your hair, then keep on doing it. But don't rely on everything I say here. Try it, see if it works for your hair. If it works, then good for you. For instance, I watch some YouTube videos and I see other natural hair YouTubers using brushes to detangle their hair. Han, I cannot use a brush to detangle my hair because I would break these hair strands, okay? I'd mess up with my hair. So take what is right and listen to your hair. Use the natural hair YouTubers as a guide, especially when you are starting out. But when you are like year afar, not to listen to your hair. Your hair will tell you what it wants. It will tell you what products it likes and everything of that sort. Use us as natural hair YouTubers as a guide, because everything we tell you is because that thing have worked for us, have proven to work for us. But remember that my hair is not your hair. What works for me must not work for you, and I'm not the problem. Your hair is not a problem. It's just that we don't have the same type of hair. You get what I mean? So at the end of the day, they are not bad people. I'm not a bad person, and you're not a bad person either. The problem is our hairs are different. So that if I say stop using brushes and you see another natural hair YouTuber using brushes and it works for them, see if you have that type of hair before you even try it out. See if your hair and that person's hair is the same type of hair. If it is, go ahead and try your brush. But if it's not, you might not want to use brushes on your hair, okay? Anywho, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching this video up to this far. If you did not subscribe, please go ahead and subscribe. If you watched this far, it means that you definitely love the content. So please go ahead and subscribe, because it's also hype me up to make new videos. May the peace of God rule in your hearts. I'll see you on the next video.